What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm fortunate enough to be here with one of our students, Kurt. And Kurt has been with us now almost approaching 1 year since he's been here, and he's been learning a lot, investing a lot, DCing a lot. I'm going to let him talk a little bit into this. But the reason we're doing this video is so that you just see that it's not just me. We've got thousands of students, probably approaching 2,500 students over the years that we've been teaching DeFi to. And, Kurt's story is an inspiration to me because he wasn't bought in at the beginning. He really did his research about our company and DeFi and all that stuff. But now he's on his way to creating a passive income. And again, I'm going to let him talk a little bit about it. Kurt, give us a little background on yourself and what it is that you do and why you got into DeFi. How did you find us?
Hi, hey Ben. Thanks, by the way, for having me on. So, yeah, it's I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and before that, well, and then half of my life, and still do. I'm a very active musician as well. But the real story is that back last, I don't know, as you said, almost a year ago, I was a big fan of Billy Carson because of this history thing, and then I saw you, and I'd already had some investments in crypto on really using Coinbase, mostly in Bitcoin, and because of a friend from 2014. So just pretty much held stuff and was still fascinated by it, but really didn't know much more about it than just buying and holding. So when I saw you, and I was given the whole the world as it is, I personally have a lot of fear about economies possibly collapsing and whether the banks are going to fail like they almost did in 2008. And I just really was anxious to find some way of taking control of my own money without the prying eyes of government. Not that I'm avoiding taxes, but just, you never know what's going on with the world as it is right now. So when I saw you, I was really interested. And I think I even tried to probably comment somewhere and say, hey, I'd love to talk to you. And then the second time I saw you is when I was convinced that, you definitely knew what you're talking about. And then I started doing a little research, and I asked my spouse to do the same. And then finally I called in on one of your, right after one of the Billy Carson videos, and met your partner, Jet. And we spoke for over an hour and a half. He was kind, he was listening, and really understood my situation. And I didn't quite have the free cash flow to get into the course at that time. But then you guys let me know that there was a program to let you pay over time, and then I joined what at that time was called Infinity, I think Infinity. But and that's how this all happened.
Nice. And how long between the time that you watched the first video to when you actually became a student of the ARC? How long went by there?
That was really 3 or 4 months, because I, other than wanting to find out a little bit more, but even after talking with Jet, it was probably, I think he thought that nothing was going to happen, and then once that email came through and said I could pay over time, that's when I wound up doing it. So it's a good 4 months, and asked my spouse, who's a much better researcher than I am, so she did due diligence on ARC and on you, and said, this is for real. And it was. So
nice. So you've now actually gotten into decentralized finance yourself. You're a business owner. You're in marketing, and you have your own business, your own marketing business. So I know time is always of the essence for a business owner and stuff like that. But you've started pretty conservative, but you've started to DCA in based off of the things that we've taught you. Can you elaborate?
yeah, well, the big, there are, once you understand the basics, which takes some muscle memory to do, because you have to work with ledgers and and go on and all this stuff, which your guys were amazing teaching. Then you want to get into some more of the advanced strategies, and like you learn about yield farming and liquidity pools. And my joke is I found out a liquidity pool had nothing to do with swimming, so I wound up investing some money and into one of these pools, and I am amazed that in essence, ARC has taught me how to become my own bank. So I can invest my money, determine my own savings rates, now I'm taking loans on my own money, and the loans are not, the rates, you're also still making interest on the money. So the net effect of it is you're still ahead, and you're not, I don't have to talk to anybody but myself. Like, hey, Kurt, you want a loan? Yeah, sure. Okay, how much is the rate? How much do you want it to be? I mean, it's really, it's amazing, so that's what I've done.
Nice, nice. So I'm gonna make the screen a little bit bigger here. So what we're looking at here is, one of your yield farms, right? And
Yeah.
this is just one of the positions that you have among many other in DeFi. But this one in particular, explain to us, explain to the audience what this is, so they can understand a little bit about how they can take advantage of being the bank, right?
Yeah. Again, this is something that Gavin's team really helped me through and helped me do it. And basically, what if you look, I'm not sure I can see how much money I invested, but if you look at my cursor, you're looking at it. This is basically where I'm earning interest on this particular stake that I did, and it's anywhere between 10 and 50%. It averages about 30%. And every month, if you look over here, this is not even, I actually use the money that I had made over the last few months to help pay for my son's wedding in Disney World just a few weeks ago. So, but this is about over $900, which is accumulated in less than about 3 weeks. So you're figuring out almost about $1,200 a month on a pretty limited investment of maybe 40 grand. So it's really exciting to see this. And then again, as I understand it, as the market, as we're all seeing, even as today, is going up, the Frax, if the Frax token goes up, this could go up astronomically with that price as well. So
Right.
it's amazing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and by the way, for those of you guys watching this, Frax was actually a token that I took from like $2,800 during the last bull market and turned it into like $600,000 or $700,000 just from doing the exact same thing that Kurt is doing. And now the cool thing is, and he knows this, but I'm gonna elaborate on it a little bit. But as people start to use and buy Frax more and start to buy Ethereum more on this Frax chain, what's going to end up happening is that interest rate that Kurt makes is actually going to go up. So that average of like 30% that he's earning could potentially be 60, 100, 150%. And I experienced that during the last bull cycle. Could it not? Absolutely. Right. This is you are providing liquidity on a speculative asset, and you're betting that people are going to be using this decentralized exchange. But Kurt, elaborate about the community and your experience with the community so that people can understand that they're really not alone when they come over to our company. I call it our Commonwealth.
Yeah, I think it's a good name. I mean, I think, well, yeah, you're right. I mean, this is not just an online course where you're watching videos by yourself. You can get that version of it if you want, but really the power and the beauty of our community is that you're online with a very experienced coaches that are experienced not only with the world of crypto and DeFi, but they're experienced in people and helping people, learn their way through this. And then usually it could be 50, 60, 70 people in a class sometimes, and you have a chance of interacting with those people because everybody's there like on a Zoom call, and then there's an app that you have too, which allows you to really have access to ARC anywhere, anytime. And people are asking questions. It's almost like like what you would have in a community like Discord or something, where you have access, people are answering questions, you're interacting with not only the coaches, but you're interacting with the folks, with your fellow Arcadians. So it's really it's a beautiful thing, that I've gotten to be friends with several people in that way, and that's kind of priceless. How do you even put a monetary value on that?
Yeah, and how interactive is it though? Like you obviously know we have our own app. It's on the Google Store, it's on the Apple Store. Is it easy for you to get on and just find the research that we're doing, get into classes on Zoom, all that stuff?
Yeah, well, again, the program is very helpful because I get an email every day when my class or my course offering is, don't forget to, don't forget, make time. It's going to happen in an hour. So that makes it easy when especially when you're busy and you're your own business and you're always doing things. So that really makes it easy as a reminder. And then access to any of the information. The other thing that's really good is you have the videos. The classes are recorded, so you have access to look at them again. Because a lot of this information you might not get the first time. And it's really great to be able to go back, take a look at it, fast forward, slow it down, look at it again, practice, see what's going on, and that's really helpful too.
Awesome. All right, Kurt, thanks so much for being on here again. And guys, gals, you heard Kurt say that it took him a little bit of time to learn and get comfortable with this. And that's okay. This is a new way of thinking. So if you want to keep following us, we've got free material here on YouTube. Smash that like button, click on the subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you get access to every single video that comes forward here on out. All right, guys, gals, see you on the next one.
See you.